I asked Claude to go into YouTube, especially Ishan Sharma's this specific The Only 7 Ways to Make Money video. I asked AI to go into the first way of making money in 2026 according to this video and just simply execute it. Alright, moving on. So it sort of created its own instruction and boom, now it's working on a plan. Let's see. First step mentions the video is LinkedIn ghostwriting. So essentially, what it did was it went towards doing 25 steps in generating this output, and it gives you the capability of finding the clients, use AI to draft content, and offer other services. Well, that's great. That's exactly what we want. Now I will prompt it further to kind of understand the framework at a high level, because this is essentially what the video is saying, right? Video is saying that the AI LinkedIn ghostwriting is the way, that's the first way to make money here. And what I'm gonna do is now add a bunch of prompt here to kind of refine and learn what it is that the video is kind of looking for, with the right framework, with the right mindset, the right emotional intelligence, so that it doesn't look like AI. And all of this prompt, I then hit enter. Claude starts to work on the plan, and now this will ask me to approve it. You can do it automatic too. I like to review the step, and I so hit approve. While it's working on the background, you can also see that this is moving by itself too. It is now looking and extracting the information from the script. The tool is working in the background. And so this is just an example for this video, right? You can play an experiment and learn and grow using different videos or different websites or different work. Please, in the comment section, I would love to know what all use cases you were able to come up with. It's extracting again the content. Alright, after a bunch of background research, this is what it comes with. Again, 29 steps went into creating this document. That's insane. LinkedIn Ghost AI high level strategic framework. Alright, so it's now giving us what would this video actually say, the core problem, and essentially summarizing it. So this is exactly doing what we prompted it to. It's now giving us the 3-agent architecture. So what it's going to do is essentially 3-agent will go into building the end result that we're trying to do, which is making money using AI plus LinkedIn to sell it to founders. So the first agent pillar would be the content engine. It's going to be drafting, it's going to be creating files for it to be referencing it later on. So for example, you see .md here. It's actually a file that identifies which founders' personal stories are extracted from, and it's creating all of the plan for itself. Agent 2 would be humanizing and putting emotional intelligence into it. Memory and learn. This will not only learn but also enhance itself. Proper workflow. Great. So all what we are doing currently is prepping the AI to kind of be hands-on. So in the next part of the video, if you stay, you will actually see AI executing everything in real time on our screens. I will be hands off. So you would notice here that in the video you see two kind of cursors. One would be my cursor, which is black, and the other one would be the AI cursor, which will be controlled by Claude itself. So now I'm going to put some prompt here to further refine until we kind of go into the final mode of building. So now what I'm doing is I am giving an instruction to create a live demo for me to show it to my founders to exactly get a flavor of what it is that I could bring to the table, right? This is all part of our agent. So once I type this prompt, I'm just gonna hit enter and see what it does. Alright, again, so it has built a plan and I have agreed to it. Now this is the hands-on part. It is the execution, and you would see that I have no more control over it, and the colored cursor is Claude. When I saw it for the first time, it was just mind-boggling. And after seeing these kind of capabilities, I can genuinely understand the privacy concerns, the other big major risks that everyone talks about. When we do simple prompting, we don't realize the impact of privacy. But when we use it at a large scale, that's when the issue arises. Alright, so it's now self-coding, doing chat with itself, clicking, capturing pages, scrolling, and now you would see that typing on its own. It's just, so as a human in the loop, I don't have to manually intervene, because in the first part I've already strategized it beautifully. And I think at the end of the day, my key takeaway would also be that the limit is a real concern, right? So we need to make sure that we don't unnecessarily waste our prompting. So our strategy part needs to be really solid here for you to use less tokens and do more tasks with it. So now it's finding the missing inputs, making sure that all the documents repository that it created in the first half is now being linked to the entire search. So in the Claude window, you can see all the step-by-step actions that the AI is taking, and the steps that it is taking, the bigger screen is just executing it flawlessly. If it is asking a question, then it is replying on its own. The questions are not sufficient, it's gonna ask more, it will ask for clarity. Just like a human, all we have to do is make sure that it's doing the right job. It has significantly reduced the amount of cognitive load and time that it takes to complete this job. This is a long video, so if you want to pause and play and take a break, that's completely fine. The whole point is for you to step by step learn that AI is amazing as long as you're able to use it more than paraphrasing or a health coach or your nutrition guide. Alright, so now what the AI is doing is they have got a real founder, and he has created all the personas, vocabulary he uses, relationship, everything he knows. Now weird why I'm saying AI a he. Okay, now on the right you will have your voice profiles. This is what AI will work with. So whenever you pitch this to your founder, this should be the founder's information, and once AI has all the relevant information, it can replicate how it behaves, feels, thought to kind of create the content accordingly. Remember, the whole point of this exercise is to become a LinkedIn ghostwriter for a founder who wants to build his brand through LinkedIn and reach the right kind of people and increase their network, but they don't just have time. And instead of being an AI slop, we are actually going and understanding about this person to kind of make it even more authentic and personalized. Okay, so now the voice of the profile is completed. Let's see what AI does next according to what we planned. So it has given 3 drafts for it to choose which one would they like to go. Okay, so now here AI is being autonomous and kind of selecting it on its own. Let's see out of the 3 what it selects. Alright, the AI has given the command, and you are now the humanization agent. We're living in an era that we don't even have to worry about prompt engineering anymore, because AI has taken over it. It has completely, in a very beautiful manner, already articulated our prompt, given the prompt to the agent, and is working on its next task. How super cool. Alright, so based on our strategy earlier, I have also added a checkpoint in which we will do audit. So in auditing, it is checking everything that it needs to based on the documentation we created earlier. It's giving us a humanization score 6.5, which seems to be low, so it's going to refine based on the feedback that it's given. So it's essentially checking its own work loop that we have created here. We can reduce the amount of human effort required in this whole process. And so on this screen where I changed my view, now in this way we can literally learn parallelly how the AI is working in the background, so that you can start to create that mindset while you're working with AI, right? Because the better you understand its language and how it works, the better you're able to get more output. Remember, the future is not about who's gonna build it, because eventually everyone is gonna build it, but how quickly and how cheap we can build, because the more prompt refining you would require, it is at the end of the day costs. So great, it has created its own memory log, and after 88 steps, the agent has finally completed a full live demo walkthrough of what the founder watching it would experience. That is amazing. It is also showing the onboarding agent, an entire workflow, and this is all hands off. You see, my black cursor is not moving here at all. So it's essentially whatever you see change in the screen, it is Claude. The only change that you see is the small cursor, which is me, of course. The big black cursor which is not moving is AI. So we'll be able to know when AI is on its move. Alright, so this is giving us everything that the AI needs to know to summarize, to kind of act as this person and work on it. Sorry, there was a small glitch. So what I understood with this process was, if you close the Claude extension, there's no chat history. So I've given this prompt to kind of let it learn from whatever that we did in past, because I closed the window and everything was gone. And now with all the context, we'll be able to start where we left from. So what just happened was, we created a document called memory log for Arjun Mehta. That's the MD version of it. So the screen that says LinkedIn ghostwriting voice profile setup. So like I said, everything went away. It is catching up from where we left. So this shows that we've created two knowledge documents. One is for the memory and one is for the entire agent of how it works, all the working. So after 99 steps again, here's everything that needs to be built. So now I confirm it, that great, we can build it on top of it, visually, tangibly shown, right, like a POC. Here's the point where I reach my limits, is one of the concerns that people are raising, right? Sure, AI is amazing, sure, AI is helpful, beneficial, it saves a lot of time, but the concern is the usage, right? People will use it like crazy, like left, right and center. Why talk about others? When I see my consumption, it's too much, and these tokens now are subsidized, but with billions of dollars of losses of these companies, the AI model, they are scrutinizing the limits that we are using, the usage, right? You can go to the usage section and check your usage. My current session has already consumed 92%, and the other models haven't consumed that much because it's just text based. I don't let it run heavy usage. So with that, what exactly we built so far was a ready template to show it to a real life audience. In this case, it was Skin Lab. So this is what we have prepared for Arjun Mehta. The founder LinkedIn breaks two ways. So we are essentially showing the problem and how it works here, right? And this is a perfect pitch that you can create for your users, and you can make sales and automate it further. With that, I also tried to add success evidence stories from the other founder, and how can we also make it achievable for people with very simple steps. And it will also further give you more information, but since my limit was reached, I wrapped up my process here. I hope you liked the video. If there's anything that you have questions with, feel free to add your comment. It means a lot. It takes a lot of time to prepare this video, so I would really appreciate if you have been with me till the end, and if you find any value, then do subscribe and share it with people you feel that would be beneficial. Have a great day.